Okay, let's go and jump into rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the PYROMANCER. We do start off with our offering ball. So we're going to be offering up 7 gold worth of items every single round. But we do start off with a dagger, as well as a banana. Now I'm looking at this pair of gloves and I'm thinking maybe we want to start off with claws attack, because claws attack is pretty good early on. So first of all, we want to grab ourselves this broom anyway. I want to grab the broom, let's grab the gloves. I want to grab the coal since you're on sale. Buy everything on sale. Well, these cost 1, so we can always sell them back for the same price. Now, let's roll. There's an early spear. No walrus tusk, unfortunately. Early spear will be a lot of damage. So we could offer up 9 gold worth of items. We still want to offer up 7 gold, but we could offer up 9. Because when I come in here, I'm looking at the items that are worth 8 gold. We could actually end up getting a hammer. Or we could end up getting ourselves a draconic orb, maybe. Because these are both worth 8 gold. Now, it does have the option to give us something like, say, the Amulet of Fortune with a bunch of little gemstones. Or any of these amulets that make up to that 9 gold. So do we want to offer up 8 gold or 9 gold? Because we could keep this for next round. And take our monies. Now I do want to offer up our broom along with the dagger, since we're going to be grabbing ourselves a spear. But I also really want to go for claws attack. I do want to take ourselves a garlic. And yeah, this is going to be round 1. Is it going to be good enough? We have some items in our backpack that we haven't put in, so we could be in trouble in that regard. That's a big old spear. And yeah. What can we do when I get a big old crit with a spear dealing massive, massive damage? Okay, Amulet Wells, smashing. Exactly what we wanted. Let's grab our spear. Let's grab our walrus tusk. And I do gotta roll because we need some storage. We're a little bit behind on storage altogether. We just need to figure out what the hell we're gonna sell. I think we're gonna sell. Well, we could craft up a molten spear, which deals the same damage as a spear, except it will guarantee that it hits by using up our heats and deals extra damage. So it is kind of nice early on. So I think at this point I'm going to sell a stone to go ahead and grab a bit of storage. So for this round I don't think I'm going to be offering anything, which is a little bit strange, but I do want a claws attack. I do want our Amulet Wells in. I do want a banana in. I'd love to have a garlic in for a little bit more defenses, but yeah, we're going to rock on with this. Our opponent's facing another freaking spear and a shovel. They're going to be doing lots of damage as well. We do got to strive. We need our banana to pop off. We did manage to get a second power, which is awesome. Hell yeah. Now we're going to get our molten spear and our claws attack, which is going to be amazing. Now, out of our options, we could take Echo Battle Cry for a bunch of starter battle effects. Gonna go False Life for a bit of healing and overhealing. Or do we want to go super spacious? Look for bags with our offering ball. I think I'm going to take super spacious today. Let's take super spacious. Let's grab storage that's not on sale. And start any of these items we really, really do want. Not exactly. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to roll one more time. That hammer is on sale, making me really want to buy it. The only problem is, if we actually place this in, we're going to have potentially tough time winning out. But again, I want to be offering up something every single round. Next question is, do we want this turnip? Since you have it Amulet Wells, we could actually pivot in it to the Amulet Wells. I think what I want to do is actually grab the shiny shell, and I'm going to leave the turnip, as mad as that is. But I'm going to rock on with this. Now I'm speeding up our burning coals to get that extra bit of heat. I'm also speeding up our claws attack, which is going to eat up through our stamina. But with our hammer, it's also going to eat up an insane amount of our stamina. But are we still out to win now? Hell yeah, we are. And we're offering up our hammer at the same time. So it's actually incredibly fantastic. And we got a freaking flute. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab more storage. I want to grab the crits. And I'm going to grab the Goobert and offer that up. Along with a flame. What it's going to give us crits is going to be really, really nice. We want to find ourselves a bunch of colors. We'll be offering up our Goobert along with the garlic. So that's 8 gold. I'm going to hold on to the flute and offer that up in the next round. I'm also going to put in our tiny little star of courage to help with our stamina. And actually, maybe we want our flame instead. Yeah, I'm going to add in our flame. Because the stamina cost isn't going to be terribly bad between our bone spear and our claws attack anyway. So it still should be pretty decent. We should be able to shred armor. If we do miss, we should be able to deal more damage with our spear, which is going to be incredibly fantastic. And awesome. We actually managed to get another empower, increase our weapon damage even more. And what do we get? Freaking leather armor. Well, let's go ahead and grab our health pot. Let's go ahead and grab a shiny shell because I want to craft up a turbo shelly. Now I keep buying burning coals because I really like adding in a bunch of burning coals. But let's roll again. As a second spear on sale. Do we want to go molten spears? I think I just continue to roll. I was hoping to find an extra bit of storage. Boots on sale. Piggy bank on sale is all pretty good, but I think we're going to sell our flute, which I'd love to offer up, and we probably should. We're going to sell it because we're just lacking this bit of storage. Because I really do want to craft up our turbo shelly. I want to add in extra flame. I want to grab our boots and our piggy bank. Piggy bank will be awesome to buy right now. So we're going to sell our flame to actually just grab it. Now we're going to lose a lot of speed. Is that going to be worth it? I think so. Extra gold per round is going to be smashing. I'm going to offer up our armor, which we could keep. But I think it is worth trading up as well. We'll see. Our opponent is going super greedy. 4 piggy banks. They're going to be stacking up max life. They're going to have increased scaling on the torch. But we should be able to win out. Barely even breaking through armor. So smashing. Now what we're going to get? Okay, I'm at a fortune. Doesn't really help us out too much. Frog pot. Fanny pack finally on sale. Let's go ahead and take you. Let's go ahead and grab you as well. I'm going to roll even though I did want that stamina sec. And if I'm pretty close, could be interesting. Now we're starting to get godly items, so we can start going crazy on offering up things if you want to. Because if we take you, that is 14 gold, that's 15 gold. We have a chance of getting a prismatic orb since it is 14 gold to get one. But do we want to keep this and go for a vampiric pair of gloves? Because vampiric gloves gives us 6 vampirism and the items trigger 35% faster. So it's no joke. It's really, really no joke. Because 6 vampirism does go a long way. So I think I'll hold on to it actually. Just offer up our 7 golds. That's pretty decent for us. We're also speeding up our shelly with our super spacious along with our amulet well, so it's going to trigger it after 5 seconds, which is going to be really, really nice. Now, amulet of fortune I could place up beside our leaf badge, so it gives us increased chance per luck per crits, but then we lose that bit of speed. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep our setup the way it is, so we can actually craft up our turbo shelly. And you know what? I'm going to grab another shiny shell just in case we want to go for a second turbo shelly. Let's preserve our gloves and let's move the hell on. Now we are taking on another pyro, except they're going to have double frame patterns. They're going pandemonium, so they're going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on us. And with the Norse Police, they're going to be slowing us down just a little bit. But we do cleanse it with our shelly. We got 9 heat, 2 in power, and a little bit of vampirism. Now with their shelly, they're healing up like crazy. But can we actually win out? Hell yeah, we can. Not too bad actually. Claws attack, Molten Spear. Kind of amazing. And we got ourselves a box of riches, which I don't really mind. Do you want a Peasant's Flask? We could move on to Ripsaw Blade. However, I don't really want that. What I do want to grab is this, because it could be something awesome. It is an Element of Darkness, which is kind of awesome. Let's grab you. Let's roll again. Bird on sale, we probably want to take and sell as well. So unfortunately, I'm going to sell a stone. So go ahead and grab it. So we can keep our box of riches, or we can offer up with our bird. I think I kind of want to keep our box of riches to get a little bit of extra value, get some gemstones as well. But I think we're going to have to move on in this direction. Now, it's not going to be the best because our Super Spacious only has 1 slot, which is not super fantastic. We're going to be crafting up our vampiric gloves as well. And yeah, let's get going. Element of Darkness, not in the most ideal spot either. And we might want to go dragons with this, but I'm not sure if we still want to go that direction. But we'll see. We are facing another frame pan user. It's going to be mage this time, so they're going to be stacking up a lot of buffs. And after that 5 seconds with the puzzle bag, everything they own is going to go faster and faster. Well, any items inside their puzzle bag. But that's not going to matter to us. We're back to full HP. What do we get? And honestly, we can bob later so we can actually trade up our whole board if we want that. Now, unironically, I'm not sure what we want to go for. We got Element of Darkness, which makes me kind of want to go dragons. We know Burning Blade. Burning Blade is awesome with dragons. Outside of that, not sure if dragons are really that great. If we kept our leather boots, we could have went for a Dark Lantern Molten Greatsword type situation. We do got ourselves a Frozen Flame on sale, which will give us more crits and crit damage, which makes me kind of want to take it, but we did pass on some cold items, so I'm not sure if we want that either. So we could just straight up just take Burning Banner. It will literally just give us regen and protecting our own buffs, which just generally okay. Now with Element of Fortune, we can increase our chances to inflict blind. It's not all that bad. Do we want Friendly Fire to help stack up our heats? We would need some mana generation. It's just a nice way to just stack up more heat consistently, since we're going to be using up a lot with our Molten Greatsword. You know what? I'm going to take it. And it literally gave us a freaking mana orb. So hell yeah, I'm going to take it. Do we want the moon armor, the moon shields? That could be pretty good too. I think we're going to grab ourselves a set of blueberries. I'm looking at this for a little bit of lifesteal. I'm going to roll. We've got ourselves a bit more storage, which is awesome. Along with another unstable recombobulator. Well, we got a take ball. Now you're going to deal a lot of effect damage if we manage to get to 60 heat. So we could keep this. It's only 3 debuffs though. Maybe I want to actually get rid of our Arm to Darkness. So we can offer up just our unstable recombobulator. I might add in our little topaz and offer that up as well. And I'm thinking about just rocking on with this. Using our Vampire Gloves to target our Turbo Shelly along with our Banana for now. We should be able to stack up a little bit of mana in this direction too by targeting butter weapons. But yeah, I'm going to have to move on with this. So our defenses is going to be all on our Turbo Shelly. The faster we can activate this, the more heals we get, the more heat we get. Outside of that, our healing is just going to be a single banana. And our Super Spacious isn't applying anything anymore. But we do have our Turbo Shelly down to 6 seconds, making it super fast. Vampirism giving us our healing as well. And we can just stack up our heat just a little bit faster. However, it's not looking good. Definitely not. We do end up losing out to the Berserker, which is a little bit unfortunate. However, we got ourselves a freaking Prismatic Orb, which is definitely amazing. Because we can start off with a bunch of mana. We can also get a bunch of buffs. It's going to be nice. We might even want to hold on to a Prismatic Sword if we do manage to find a wooden sword. Now I'm going to take our fanny pack. I'm going to roll, and I will be taking both of these. And I'm going to waste another gold rolling for another freaking fanny pack. Do you want the bow and arrow actually? Bow and arrow could be kind of interesting. Now we could offer these up. It is 8 gold. It is really nice to keep though at the same time. We can also move in here so we start off a bit more mana for ourselves. Prismatic Orb I do want to speed up with our Super Spacious. And I'm also using our Friendly Fire inside our fanny pack. The problem is I'm not going to be speeding up our Shelly as much as possible, and speeding up our Friendly Fire might not be super beneficial. As long as we have the mana, it's going to be really great, but if you don't have the mana, it's not going to be as great. Now I'm going to sell this big blue sapphire, so we can go ahead and grab ourselves another health bot, because I'm going to be crafting up a second Shelly. Now I still want to add in our piggy bank, but do we want our box of riches most of all? So box of riches generating up gemstones, looking for red rubies, for heals, topazes, for stamina. I haven't been really using our Amulet of Fortune because I do want to place the oversider crits along with our mana orbs so we can generate up a little bit more mana and also cleanse more debuffs with our Shelly. But this should be pretty decent. We should be able to start off with 6 mana, 1 vampirism, and 4% increased healing efficiency. Now I'm not going to take another mana orb. I'm going to roll for now. We could grab ourselves another pair of gloves. You know, I'm going to sell a banana and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to move on. We'll see how we get on with this. With our Super Spacious targeting our Prismatic Orb, it's triggering every 5.5 seconds. Shelly's a little bit slower, and a Friendly Fire is triggering every 1.4 seconds. 1 second trigger, getting this 2 heat on activation is kind of nice. Stacking over heat, making everything go faster and faster. Making our claws attack give us some power. But our opponent does have crossblades, which is a little bit scary here. And unfortunately, we do need to increase our damage because we are just losing out once again. But yeah, we got ourselves a Poison Flask, as well as another Shelly. Now, unironically, none of these are that great for us. We could try to go for a Vampiric Armor, which would give us constant block, which you do like quite a bit. Full body protection will give us more armor, but we need to find ourselves an armor, helmet, and shoes, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Not in this build anyway. Heavy drinking, good early on, and not as good later on. And since we got rid of our health pots, not too pushy about it either. So we either take a skill that's not going to help us out until we find some armor. We take a skill that's not going to help us out until we find some armor. Or we take a skill that's only going to help us by stacking poison. Or do we gamble? I mean, these are pretty decent skills. But I'm going to gamble. Okay. This is amazing. This is going to speed up all our HODMs. Prismatic Orbs, Turbo Shellies, all amazing. Now let's grab a Bloody Amulet because we want to look for a red collar, or we could just straight up craft up another Vampiric Armor. Let's grab a tiny bit of storage. Let's grab you since you're on sale and let's roll. Eye Lamp on sale, that is a Prismatic Sword if we want it. Do you want to go Prismatic Sword, Friendly Fire? Because even Eye Lamp is going to be a holy item. Well, let's take our wooden sword and let's go ahead and craft this up. We're going to be getting rid of our Molten Spear. I kind of want to keep our Claws attack. And I'm going to be offering up our Pestilence Flask as well. Hopefully that we can get ourselves another Prismatic Sword. I'm also contemplating grabbing a customer card to try and find ourselves more Prismatic Orbs. So I'm going to sell you to actually add you into. And his Super Spacious has lost all its value. And we're going to be a bit of trouble for stamina. We're going to have 0 stamina. I mean, we could take our customer card and add in a little chip topaz, but that's not going to help us out all too much. Do you want to craft up another vampire gloves? Honestly, vampire gloves could be kind of amazing. And we could offer up our claws attack as well and just go full on double vampire gloves onto a prismatic sword for insane lifesteal and insane speed on it. But unironically, I think I'm going to offer up 23 gold worth of items. We're going to get our prismatic sword next rounds. And yeah, we're going to move on. Turbo Shelly's prismatic sword. But the reason Wiz by the Holy Light is going to speed up like crazy. Now we are facing a double axe with a stone helmet with even more damage reduction. Straight up bananas builds. They're going to have infinite stamina while we're going to have 0 stamina. Even though we do got 30 heats, yeah, we're going to have 0 stamina. With no stamina stacks either. We didn't find any on sale. Passed by a few for sure. But we are keeping super healthy. Since we have so much vampirism, since we have some red rubies, and since we have turbo shellies, that healing actually did allow us to survive. Funnily enough. Now come on, be awesome. Okay, second Amulet of Fortune. So we can increase our crits significantly with our leaf badge. We got Amulet Life for even more lifesteal on our prismatic sword. That's going to be amazing too. Now we could take ourselves a sun armor, so we can turn all our fire items into holy items for scaling damage on our prismatic sword. The other option is actually crafting up a moon armor. This will reflect debuffs, it's going to give us a bunch of block, it's going to give us mana. Well, this does give us a bunch of heat to speed up our friendly fire, so which is going to be better for us? Because the sun armor is just going to be a holy item, while this is going to be a holy magic item, increasing the speed on our prismatic sword. Now if you find a collar, we can craft up a white Lilith's collar, which will stack up regen along with luck. So with the Amulet of Fortune, we can actually increase our chances to inflict debuffs, but since we're not going to be inflicting too much debuffs, I don't think that's going to increase too much more for us. However, I do have our prismatic sword in this position. It's going to have plus 0.6 damage scaled up, but it's going to have 30% lifesteal, and it's going to have 8% increased attack speed. Now we'd actually prefer having it this way. So maybe we need to put our gloves in a small bit of a different position for ourselves. Now I'm going to take this Ilum because you're going to be a holy item. You're also going to scale up that damage even more, so this is looking kind of crazy right now. And I really do want to grab ourselves this fanny pack, but I also want to grab ourselves a holy armor. I'm going to sell you. Let's grab our holy armor. I'm going to sell a little bit of luck with this blue gemstone so we can go ahead and grab this fanny pack as well. Now, do we want to go sun armor? Or do we want to go moon armor? Because the sun armor will just give us our heat for our friendly fire anyway, which is nice. But a moon armor will give us scaling mana for friendly fire. It'll give us that initial block, which is always amazing. And you know what? I'm going to put in our customer card again. I still want to grab ourselves another mana orb, and we really do need a banana in for our stamina because we're a little bit behind on our stamina. So we may need to take our gloves, unfortunately. Even our Amulet of Fortune, just to have our customer card in. And yeah, we do want our lifesteal on our prismatic sword, but we could also put in a little bit more speed, try and get as fast as possible, but we should have 30% lifesteal, go up with the scaling damage, and increase attack speed, which I'm happy enough with. And let's get going. So we're going all in prismatic sword type build. It's going to be going insanely fast, a 0.5 second cooldown. And it's going to get faster, which is going to be kind of crazy. It's going to have insane scaling damage, it's going to have lifesteal, it's going to keep us super healthy and awesome. And that's a big old perfect amethyst. For insane healing reduction, we could keep it to remove buffs from our opponents, but I don't think I want to. Molten Greatsword, definitely an option as well. Let's grab our mana orb. I'm gonna roll, and I love grabbing Burning Coals because Burning Coals just gives a ton of value by giving us 2 heats and cleansing 3 debuffs. It also helps with cold stacking builds if you place in armor. So since it is on sale, might as well grab it. I'm gonna roll again. Exactly what I'm looking for, another fanny pack. Now we could take this so we can get a bunch of block by how much mana we're stacking up as well. It is on sale. All the gemstones on sale I love actually grabbing. The main thing is we want to grab as much lifesteal as possible to place it into our armor. That's also another fantastic way for us to win out. But I'm going to take it. card could be kind of nice if we're stacking up a bunch of luck for empower. You are another holy item. On sell. Cleansing those Zebos. It's also great for shelly. So you know what? I'm going to take it. And I'm keeping this bloody amulet instead of crafting up vampire gloves as well. Just thinking about it, we probably want to grab ourselves a red collar. Now I'm not actually using upper offering ball as well. Do we actually really want to keep our amulet fortune? I mean, once we get ourselves one collar, we can increase that crits by quite a bit. We can definitely increase that crit by quite a bit. Or we could just straight up offer it up into our offering ball. If we're not too happy about these amulets. Because it is 12 gold. I mean, I really do want to keep all our items. But again, we're not making use of the Pyromancer's starter bag. But I think we're just going to venture on. We're not going to offer up anything, which is a little bit crazy. We should be able to generate up a lot more mana. With our moon armor, we should be able to start off 165 block, giving us time to scale up our heat with a friendly fire. Scale up our damage on our Prismatic Sword, get it super fast, get a bunch of lifesteal. We are facing the Excalibur with an Amber Steel, so we're going to scale up that damage insanely fast with lots and lots of block. But we got some big damage once we add in crits. It's going to be even better. But they have crazy, crazy block. We got crazy lifesteal. Well, we don't have vampirism anymore. And we are running out stamina like crazy as well. We managed to deal massive damage with our 60 heat and 150 crit. This Prismatic Sword is looking kind of smashing. Now, let's go ahead and grab this bit of storage. Grab this bit of storage because I'm going to be grabbing you two. Speeding up both our Turbo Shellys while also having another holy item. It doesn't do anything for a Prismatic Sword. Armor on Sill I'm going to grab and let's roll. Heart Container, another holy item that we could be offering up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell you to actually take this for now as well. And let's roll. You do increase your healing efficiency. I'm going to take this bit of storage. I'm going to sell these little blue gemstones so we can take a bunch of chip topazes to help with our stamina by quite a bit. And I'm also going to offer up our heart container. Just fully offer that up. Now, I did want to keep these blue gemstones, but I'm going to sell it just to keep rolling. Another holy armor on sell. We could have went for second moon armor. We could have went for a holy armor or sun armor. But I'm going to sell you just to keep rolling. Another mana orb. We could consistently scale up our mana insanely fast. Looking at this Maneki Neko as well, which will speed up our Prismatic Sword even more, but we are running out of stamina like crazy. But I think I'm going to take this mana orb. I'm also contemplating selling these as well. We can also take another customer card, which, ironically, I'm going to sell our box ridges and our gloves, and I'm going to take this instead. Mainly because I want to find as much Prismatic Orbs for a Prismatic Sword. But let's move on. Once we start finding Prismatic Orbs, it's going to be huge, huge value. I'm going to be offering up our heart container. And we'll see. We are taking on a Dancing Dragon with lots of damage. We could be in trouble, but our Prismatic Sword doesn't take long to scale up. A 65 DPS, which is awesome. Tons of lifesteal as long as they don't take our Vampirism. We should definitely be able to smash out. And hell yeah. In terms of DPS, it might say 100 DPS, but our stamina cost is going to be relatively high. And we do have a 60 DPS, which is pretty decent at this point in the game. Our opponent does have 50 DPS in terms of heals. We do have 60 healing per second along with 60 DPS, so it's really, really nice. Prismatic Sword and Vampirism doing a lot of work for us. Turbo Shelly's putting in a good bit too, which is kind of nice. And in terms of block, 169 block. But I do believe we can actually make this crazier, so let's go ahead and continue on for now. Another Divine Pot, which is kind of nice. We got our gloves back, which is also pretty decent. We're getting some trades since we do have 2 customer cards. Let's go ahead and grab our Mana Orb. Let's grab you 2. Let's roll. And there's our collar. The question is, do we want to go red collar or do we want to go Blue Sage's collar? Well, I think our best bet is red collar. Just because it's going to give us so much lifesteal. It's going to be way too much. We can grab ourselves a moon armor if we want to, so we can get a bunch of block, start off with a bunch of mana for ourselves. And we could straight up just offer up this Divine Pot, which I'm not really too paused about getting rid of it. Now we could speed up our Prismatic Sword like crazy with these topazes. But I think I'm going to use these as our stamina for now. And I'm thinking about offering up our Divine Pot to try and grab ourselves another amulet. Because if we get another amulet life, it's going to be crazy, crazy good for us. But let's go ahead and craft up a red collar. We got both our Amulet Fortunes, increasing our crit chance quite significantly. Up to 6.5% per luck. Which is kind of nice. Definitely kind of nice, because 10 luck, it's going to be 65% crit chance. Just means we don't have to scale up as hard. However, Are we going to be able to beat down this Pyromancer because they are inflicting some blind on us? With the amount of luck we have, yeah, it's not going to be close whatsoever. Hell yeah. What do we get? Okay, freaking spear. However, let's grab a bit of storage. Let's grab another customer card. Should we grab another customer card? I mean, we haven't seen a single prismatic orb. Well, we did find one, actually. I'm going to sell our spear. I'm going to take it. Do we want another bloody color? I don't think so. Armor on sale, we could be offering up like crazy too. More fanny packs. More fanny packs, speeding up our moon armor as fast as possible. Let's grab the armor since it is on sale. Let's roll again. Big topaz for stamina. Crits with Draconic Orb. We are going to have crits with a red color, which is going to be smashing too. And we might not need our leaf badge in beside our Prismatic Sword, but we would scale up our crits with luck as well as our vampirism. So I'm kind of happy enough leaving it that way. I'm going to grab this bit of storage. I'm going to sell this to go ahead and grab ourselves a regular topaz. And I'm contemplating on selling our holy armor to just go ahead and grab a wonky snowman, so we can reduce our opponent's max life gain, which I'm down for. Draconic Orb, not going to take. We could grab ourselves a vampiric pot if we want it. It's another mana pot or another mana orb. More block off the beginning if we want it. Should we take it or should we just keep rolling? I'm going to keep rolling. And there we go. That's exactly what I was looking for. We need to grab that as soon as possible. Now we're going to take it in the next rounds, unfortunately. But let's move on. With this, every bit of luck is going to be lifesteal. And every bit of vampirism is going to be crits. So we don't really have too much of a way to scale up our vampirism. But with our gloves, we should be able to start off with quite a bit. That's why I did want to keep our luck to scale up our crits with our leaf badge. And yeah, this is not looking too bad. Hell yeah. Even with this big old busted blade, we can manage to win out. Now I did end up crafting up another topaz to help with our base stamina regen. We can grab ourselves another regular topaz. Now we could honestly be offering up with our offering bowl these holy items, which we probably should have been doing. But let's go ahead and grab our prismatic orb. Let's grab it. Let's roll. We can trade for a freaking squirrel archer. I didn't think trades we could get these items. That's really, really great to know. Now another glowing crown would give some vulnerability for our mana. We could craft up a king's crown, which would give us a bunch of healing. So I'm going to sell these gloves. I'm going to sell this gemstone. And I'm going to sell one flame to go ahead and take you to. Now you're a holy and a magic item. I'm just contemplating on if we want to keep ourselves a moon shield. Or do you want to offer that up? Because moon shields would go a long way. We would lose out one mana orb. That's not going to be the end of the world for us. I was planning on offering it up. However, it's going to be really nice with our moon armor, to be honest. So I'm thinking about keeping it. The only problem I'm having right now is putting in our prismatic orb. Because where this is positioned right now, it's going to be really, really awesome for us. It does mean we need to slightly move things around, I think, a bit more. Now, we could end up losing a bit of skill and crits by moving our leaf badge. We would have to solely rely on our red color. The only thing is removing our vampiric gloves away from our friendly fire. But at least with our By the Holy Light, we should be able to speed up all these holy items, which is going to be nuts, especially a prismatic orb. And we're going to have this in this spot, giving us our instant mana. It's going to be giving us our vampirism. It's also going to give us increased healing efficiency, which is really, really, really darn important. And we should be able to get 45% lifesteal on our weapon, attack 24% faster, gain an insane amount per hit. And we're not going to have our crits on our leaf badge anymore, which is not ideal. Customer cards, I'm not sure if we're actually able to add in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these in. I'm going to sell one, roll again. And that's a big old flawless ruby. It's 8 gold, but it will give us so much more healing. 25%. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to take it. I do want to grab ourselves a stamina sack so we don't run out of stamina as fast. A little bit late for it, but yeah, we're going to take it. We can also add crits to our friendly fire as well, by the way. Slowly losing out a lot of heat from our friendly fire, so do want a chance to deal massive damage if we stack up 60 heat. But it does lose a lot of heat, a lot of speed. But we do want our Amid Wells to target on a turbo shelly, so it is going to have to be in this spot as well. And yeah, I'm ready to rock on. We could have taken out a flame to put in our extra customer card, but I'm happy enough with this. And we've got 26% crits. We need a lot more vampirism to get 100% crits. And they're dealing massive damage to us. But we got our vulnerability, allowing us to lifesteal back up to full. and smashing. Genuinely awesome. Now at least we got our Moon Shields, which is going to be nice as well. It's going to give us mana off the rip. It's going to give us our vulnerability off the rip with our King's Crown. Let's grab our stamina. I'm going to grab you two. I'm going to roll. And that's another red collar, which... Time to say goodbye to our customer cards. And one of these two, and let's go ahead and craft you up. Now the problem I'm having is, this really wants to sit in this spot. Or in this spot either. But then our eye lamp doesn't scale up our accuracy or our damage. And the reason why I did take this is for the increased effectiveness of our gemstones, which is going to be a crazy amount of healing for us. The only problem is, with our setup the way it is right now, we will be speeding up our turbo shelly the way it is, which is awesome. But we're going to be losing out on one little slot for prismatic swords. We could add in our blueberries over that side. We could also just add in our luck so we get that scaling crits. Because we're going to have 100% crits with this acorn collar. And we could use our super spacious down in this spot to speed up our friendly farm. Are we happy with this positioning? We got 4 magic items, which is going to be another 80 block, 130 block, which does translate into... It's going to be at least 10 mana with our moon shield. However, we get 30% more block on our moon armor, so it's going to be a lot higher. But 10 mana is going to be nice. It's going to give us our invulnerability from the get-go, which is going to be anti-burst type situation, which is going to be nice. And yeah, let's get going. Let's definitely get going. And we are facing a Snake Reaper with a King Goobert. They're going to get invulnerability. We do have 93% increased healing efficiency, especially with quite a bit down as well. But they get invulnerability, stopping us from life stealing, which could actually be what makes us lose right now. However, if we do manage to hit, we're going to be healing back to full. And yeah, once they don't have invulnerability, we just straight up win. And I just want to check, we have 185% healing per second, which is crazy. And once we get a red collar, it's going to be even more, which is going to be amazing. Now we kind of just want to do a mad dash. A mad dash to find ourselves one prismatic orb. Is it going to be possible? We'll see. Although, I'm very tempted to grab this, because if it's another Amulet of Life, it's going to be nice. Let's grab a tiny bit of storage though. And should we gamble? If you gamble, there's no prismatic orb. Another Amulet of Wilds is great. Amulet of Life is great. What other amulets are going to be great? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at the amulets and see if there's going to be any good ones. Another Amulet of Fortune, increase your crits. We already have 2. I'm not sure if we do want another one really. Amulet of Alchemy is pretty bad for us. Another Amulet of Wilds is actually great. Amulet of Energy, refunding buffs. We don't use up a whole lot of buffs. We will... It's actually not bad because it will give us more mana generation. Amulet of Darkness, not great for us. Amulet of Feasting, really bad. Amulet of Steel is awesome. Amulet of Life is awesome as well. So you know what? Finding another Prismatic Orb will make our Prismatic Sword insanely strong. But let's take another Amulet of Fortune. It's going to have to sit up top in this spot. I'm going to roll another eye lamp, another banana for stamina. Since it's on sale, I'm going to grab it as I roll. And there we go. We have to take this pretty much this round. The question is, how are we going to be able to afford it? Well, we sell this banana, we sell you 2, that's 5 gold. We just need 5 more gold. We sell this flame. There's not too much else I want to sell. Do we want to sell our eye lamp? We need our luck to scale up our luck. We could sell this bloody amulet, which we might actually end up having to do. Now, this Prismatic Orb is fantastic in this spot because it gets sped up by the Holy Light. It's going to give us 12% increased healing efficiency, which does go a long way with 3 Vampirism as well. So the real question is, do we want to get rid of 2 Vampirism or do we want to get rid of some scaling damage with our eye lamp? I mean, we could also sell our Super Spacious. Because all it's really doing is giving us a little bit of attack speed on our Friendly Fire. It's been good, but I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it along with this little topaz so we can go ahead and grab you 2. And I'm liking the way our By the Holy Light is in this spot. So we should be able to get 20% healing efficiency, 2 Vampirism, 8 mana. It's going to give us 12% increased healing efficiency with potentially 5 Vampirism, so this is going to be really nice for us. They're both going to be sped up by the Holy Light. We're going to get insane crits on a Prismatic Sword. And we don't necessarily have to rely on our Leaf Badge to give us crits for a Prismatic Sword. What I mean is we could slightly move this out. We would lose on a small bit more vampirism on a prismatic orb, but we would be able to get 15% more lifesteal on a prismatic sword, which I think is going to go a long way. We want to speed up our leaf badge, or we could just add crits to our friendly fire. Now we're probably not going to get to 60 heats. We'll have to see about that. And I think this is going to be our final build. Now honestly, didn't make as much use as our offering bowl as much as possible. When you get the leaf badge with the red colors, with a prismatic sword, we're going to have insane lifesteal, especially with a king's crown with increased gem slots with some big red rubies. With turbo shellies to go super fast. I do love by the Holy Light scale on the Pyromancer. And we did end up going for an armor and a helmet. All we need is boots, and we gotta take full body protection as well. But the gamble did pay off for that by the Holy Light. Now let's go to see if this is going to be good enough. Is this going to be enough lifesteal? We'll see. We are facing a Cupcake Staff mage who is going to be going super fast with heats. We got some healing down, but we still have 108% healing efficiency, even with that helmet. So they're going to be trying to go as fast as possible with stacking up a bunch of mana to get a big mana buff bomb potentially. Now, are we going to be able to keep up with them? As long as they don't take our vampirism, we should be in a good spot because we do have 100% crits right now with just 14 vampirism. And it's not looking close whatsoever. And I do love Prismatic Sword type builds. In terms of DPS, we managed to get about a 75 DPS, being a Prismatic Sword along with our spikes, along with a bit of poison, 2 poison to be exact. Now in terms of heals, we managed to get 220 healing per second. Being a Prismatic Sword, doing the vast majority of it. Red color giving us 30 per second as well, along with our vampirism. So we had insane healing. And on top of it, we did manage to get 305 blocks. So we're crazy defensive, big damage, and the longer the fight goes on, the more damage we're going to be dealing, and the more healing we're going to be getting. So it's a really, really nice scaling build. Also, what the hell was I doing with this Amulet of Wealth? We should have placed it on our pet. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do something like that. However, we did end 4 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 13 are ranking us up to 77. Hell yeah. But I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, let's jump into some rounds 18 fights and see how our build actually holds up. We're facing an adventure with 2 Dragon Knights. And this is going to be kind of scary because they're going to get a big mana bomb. They got shielded to eat up our stamina. They're going to have a turtle for tons and tons of block. And yeah, we could be in trouble. However, it's not looking too bad. The longer the fight goes on, the more damage our Prismatic Sword is going to be dealing, the more lifesteal we're going to be getting. So I think we still should have the advantage. I mean, our life hasn't really budged, and awesome. And can we take on this Pyromancer with a Null Blade? With Heat Slacking and with a Ruby Chunk as well. They went for a crazy unique run, and then ended up with some awesomeness. But is it going to be enough to take us out? Because we got 21 vampirism. We got a decent bit of heat. They are stealing our heat though. And they're actually putting up a good fight. And can we deal with the dreaded corrupted armor type build? They're going to be removing our buffs. They're going to be slowing us down. We'll see though. Because they haven't inflicted too much debuffs. We did cleanse it quite a bit with our Divine Pot, and our Shelly should be able to cleanse those debuffs. And surprisingly, we did manage to get quite a bit off, especially with the corrupted armor. However, with our Shellys, it does increase our chances to cleanse those debuffs.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired.